This is the player progression with Nicholas Reece featuring Brian Gordon Jr. Hope y'all enjoy. B man, what's up with you, man?
Nothing much. See, we finna have our first scrimmage Friday. So getting ready mentally. Okay.
Hello, my name is Nicholas Reece. Today I am here with 6'1", 192-pound guard Brian Gordon Jr. How you
Yeah,
been? AKA BG, my boy, one of my best friends. Hold on. What happened? You all right?
yeah. Somebody was calling me.
Uh,
But
Um, y'all took when y'all take y'all's pictures?
we took those like 2 weeks ago. I've been waiting on them.
It
But
was hard, bro.
yeah,
You
it was
did
cool.
that, bro. It was hard, bro.
It was some I didn't. It was a couple more that I didn't see like before I posted that I still got posted later. But
All right.
yeah,
All right. So for y'all who don't know, Brian is a guard at Lamar University out of Beaumont, Texas. Um, injured last year, but you were a red shirt, so it's really about to be your freshman year.
yes,
Um,
sir.
what are the things that you are looking forward to with this season, knowing that you missed out on the opportunities last season?
Really, like last year, I feel like I just got to soak in like what the experience is like and see what it takes, like all that goes into like behind the scenes of like a D1 program.
Right.
I feel like I learned a lot and became like a better player even without actually playing. So this year it's like I've been waiting so long and just like soaking so much in that I feel like I'm just excited to actually get a chance to play because I mean I watched all these games last year and it's like you see certain things, you learn, but it's like, eventually you want to get into. So
Right.
I'm really just excited to get the opportunity. It's been like over a year since I played like organized basketball. So for
Uh,
that.
in the past year since you've been out, what are the parts of your game that you feel like you've matured in the most?
Really, I feel like skill wise, I've always was pretty skilled, but mentally is where I lacked the most.
Right. Definitely.
So my IQ, I feel like has improved a lot. It's even going from high school to college. I feel like my senior year of high school, my IQ needed work too, and I kind of needed to understand
Right.
how to win, be a part of a team better. So I started to learn that in high school, and that really carried over to last year
Right.
because like before I was hurt, I was practicing and playing with the team and everything, and
Right.
and I got from the coaches, and it was like there were certain things that I just had to change my game. Like when you come in and you're like the youngest on the team, you're not expected to shoot all the shots and
Right.
make all the star plays, but it's like the small things that matter, like defense and rebounding, talking, being more
Right.
vocal, just understanding the offense, understanding scouting reports, which we got
Right.
a good idea of at Shadow Creek, but
Right.
it's kind of even to another level here. Somewhat like we had pretty great good scouting reports in high school,
Right.
but yeah, I feel like my IQ is the main part where I've improved.
So speaking of Shadow Creek, if you don't mind, I'm gonna just talk about some of your high school accomplishments. You know what I mean? Pango's
Absolutely.
all Pango's all freshman, sophomore, all star, 2020 all private school team, 2020 St. John's team MVP, Vipe Player of the Year nominee. In high school, your senior season, you averaged 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 4.7 assists on 47% shooting and 32% from the three. You were a top 30 prospect from OTR, and you were a Division I basketball commit. Um, I know I ain't averaged them type of numbers in high school, and we went to the same high school. But um, talk about how just your progression. Talk. What are some things? Well, one, what was the biggest thing? What was the biggest reason that you decided to transfer from St. John's to Shadow Creek your junior year?
So from a basketball standpoint, I would say like going from St. John's to Shadow Creek put me on a bigger platform, gave me the opportunity to play with was at St. John's. It was a different. It wasn't a bad experience, but it was a different experience. Like basketball wise, I got to have like my own, do my own thing, and I got, at Creek, I still got the opportunity to make mistakes and keep playing. But it was like I got to do my own thing, and like if I, I might mess up here and there, but at the end of the day, like it's my show. Like no, the plays ran through me most of the time, and
Right,
you know my thing. But at Creek, I came into a program that was already established and like
right,
had respect behind it. We played like more of a competitive schedule. There was a
yeah,
lot of hype behind the team.
yeah.
Uh, the
Players,
opportunity to get recruited more, and yeah, so and be a part of a winning program. So like that was big for me. Then I mean I moved. I wasn't on the Creek before my senior year, but
right.
yeah.
Um, and what is the biggest adjustment you learned? Because from St. John's, like you said, it was your show and you controlled the team, but now you got to go play with two players at the time who were heavily being recruited by Division One programs, and a point guard who was soon to be recruited that summer by multiple Division One programs. So just talk about how your adjustments, just as a player, mentally, um, had to, like the things that you had to endure mentally, just making that adjustment to playing with those type of guys.
To be honest, I really struggled with that, and I don't feel like I ever really like
I know.
got good.
I
I
remember. I remember. I remember.
because I felt like my recruitment was going really good. Like
Right.
going into my junior year, like I had a lot of interest from like pretty like all D1, good schools. And after that summer like came to more of an end, and we were kind of expecting, hoping that we would get a live period. It never happened.
Right.
So
True.
coaches never got to see me play. So I feel like a lot of the things in my mind was like forced. I really just wanted to get the opportunity to play at the next
Right.
level so bad that I feel like I had to do more than I really needed to.
Yeah.
And if it made me frustrated because I was playing with such great players, but at the same time, it helped me mature, and it really prepared me for college because even though I'm at a smaller Division One level school, it's still like you have to be able to play with other players. And I'm still, a freshman. Last year I was a 17 when I got here, so I had like, I wasn't as mature as the other players, and I wasn't like a 5-star recruit or anything that was just gonna come in and take over. So it helped me.
Right.
I had to learn to be able to play with other people, to play into a role, which is something I never really had to do in high school
Right.
before going to
Um,
um which is something I never really mastered or got great at. But
right.
looking back on it, I kind of understand better, and from last year really helped me understand even more like what that looks like. But
Right.
I did struggle with that though.
Right. And it helped you in the long run. I feel like.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
so, what are just some things that with Shadow Creek, very competitive program, coached very, very well coached, high intensity coaches who really care about the game and care about the players. What are
Yeah.
just some of the things that you've been taught by Coach President and Coach Posey that have really just that still stick with you throughout your college basketball career?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot that I feel like going to Shadow Creek was just like a new level for
Right,
me. I think Coach President, Coach Posey, they've both played like at a high level. They know a lot of people. They've seen like what winning looks like
right,
and what it takes. I feel like that's what I learned the most from like a like more specific standpoint. Defensively, like they taught me a lot, like how to play defense, how to guard. And they both with the things that I was struggling with, they would both have talks with me about, and it didn't really click at the time. But looking back, that's something that I learned from them.
right,
Now that I'm more mature and I'm able to see, like they taught me how to what it looks like to be a point guard, how to get
right,
everyone involved, how to be effective in the game without having to score. That's the biggest thing to me. Like
right,
hustle play, playing defense. That's something I didn't do in my junior year, or I was like want to make the flashy play, like score, or I didn't do well. If I didn't score, I had a bad game to me.
right.
But they taught me, no, you were there when the game went when we played Hot Tower.
Yeah,
Like
I definitely was
where
there.
yeah, that was a game where everybody, really there was a lot of hype around it, and
Right,
I like 6 or 7 points. So like to everyone on the outside, like I talked to Will after the game, was like, you got to do more. This is not gonna get you noticed. But what really like for us, I did what was needed for us to win. Like
Yeah.
and present everybody and on our team, like within our program was, I was the main one they was talking about after the game because I played defense. I had like this that game. I had like 4 steals. I did what my role was for us to win the game, and I feel like that's what Coach Perez and Coach Posey taught me the most was just how to be a part of winning. Like the program is at a very high level, like college level. Really, now I see what the college level is like.
Right.
Practices are intense.
Right.
Scout
Long
reports are
2 hour
serious.
practices. All right.
Long practice, getting extra shots up. Like a lot goes into it, and it's just like college level. So they taught me how to be more like take basketball as like a business and
Right.
prepare me for the level.
And you locked up a national recruit.
Yeah, so
So
that was that was a big game for me that I can look back on and really realize that it's not all about scoring, and
right,
that role is kind of still something that I'm gonna have this year. Like
right,
they're not. I'm talking to my coaches because that's really what got me here. To be
right,
honest, like defense, and they tell me that. So it's like they tell me when I'm open, I shoot the ball, make plays here,
right,
things like that. But defense is what gets me on the court, not scoring. And defense and rebounding is what they look
right,
for me for the most. And they tell me that, they told me that today. So
right.
that's what's gonna get me to play. So that's that's what I gotta do for us to win. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I learned that from Coach Perez.
And like you
And Coach,
said, like, especially after that game, like nobody was really talking about Ramon's 30 points or Sean and Cam's lob or just stuff like that. We were talking about how you locked up one of the best players in the country. And I feel like me outside looking in, because I was on JV at the time, but I'm with the varsity all the time. So I'm watching y'all.
yeah,
I learned how I learned how to be good at the little things because
yeah,
those were the things that you had to do to get on the court. It's kind of
yeah,
hard. It's already hard enough to get on the court as a small guard. So doing the little things that give you a competitive edge to get on the court is important. So
yeah,
I definitely see why you're a star in your role in those things. So I definitely feel like that helped you a lot. Um one thing I do want to touch on, because I know we're big on faith and God and all those kind of things.
yeah,
How did how has your faith and relationship with God grown, especially during that whole time after your season, after your senior season when you were not being recruited and you were worried about what you were going to do with college and basketball. And we used to have long 2 hour conversations on the phone every other night about what you was going to do. And I just used to tell you to stay prayed up. Like, it's going to work out.
yeah,
Like, you got this. Like, it's going to be all right. So I just talk about how your relationship with God has just increased just off of since that whole situation and time being.
yeah. I'm laughing too because like you was there during this whole time, so it's like this.
Yeah.
It's funny to look back on it, but like
Right.
I mean, I like how I said earlier, kind of touched on it. I really was struggling with like the whole going from all these coaches talking to you to we're not recruiting at your position anymore, or if you go JUCO, like let us know. I'm getting all these messages, like it was discouraging. It's like I've had this dream my whole life, and I've always been like faithful. I've always worked hard, and I feel like I've always did the right things.
That's
And I used to, when it wasn't going right, and I used to get like I have messages. I have like a whole folder of messages from coaches that like for motivation,
right.
and it's like it was hard for me to stay faithful, but that's what I knew I had to do because that's how I was raised, and I feel like I had the right people around me at the time with you and even Jalissa, to keep my mind in the right space. So I would have times where I would go home and I really would cry. Like I'm not even gonna lie, I would
Yeah.
cry
I
because
know.
I didn't know what I was to do. But I had this daily Bible that I feel like that's what really helped me stay close to God. I feel like reading the Bible is what helps me like clear my mind and give me peace.
Definitely.
So whenever I would have those times where I would be, I feel like my mind is just racing and like I feel like the devil's kind of attacking me. I'll read my Bible every day. I have a devotional I'll read every morning
Right.
and I'll just pray. and like I always had faith that I knew God was gonna work something out for me,
Right.
and it's like it happened. It's like all I could do was really just cry and just
Right.
got like tears of joy because I knew like I stayed patient and stayed faithful, and that really did help me grow closer with God and show me that like He truly like has His hand on my life and He's
Right.
truly there. And so yeah, that's definitely helped me. That's like a big testimony for me.
And I remember the day that you committed to Lamar was April
Yeah,
it was April 23rd, 2021. I remember the day. But
I ain't give it up.
I also remember the day where literally the day you got the call that you were gonna get a scholarship from Lamar. I was asleep in the gym, minding my
Yeah,
own business, and you came and like basically tackled me, and like I had like lost my mind, bro. I was so happy for you,
yeah, I remember that. That was
and,
crazy.
and I feel like it meant a lot more to you because like just like for me personally, it can be frustrating when you're working hard and you're doing all the right things and you're not getting the results that you want to get, or
Yeah,
but somebody who's barely putting in the bare minimum of effort, or they're really not taking it serious, they're getting
yeah,
everything that they desire, like not even trying, but they're just getting it. So i think I think the biggest thing with that whole situation was just God really just wrapped his arms around you and comforted you in that time. And I feel like you can just like I can just tell just by the way you're just by the way you talk, like you can tell you just matured just as a human being, just in general.
yeah.
Um so I just want to know, what are some of your goals for this year? Um, y'all are first this is really your first year playing Division 1 basketball. And I know you're very excited, man. I know you very hardworking. You're gonna do all the little things to not just not just get on the floor, but stay on the floor. And
Yeah,
you gonna work hard in everybody, whether it's in the gym, putting up extra shots, or just being in the weight room, or just when it comes to schoolwork, just studying. So I know
yeah,
you do those things. So what are your goals for this upcoming season?
yeah. So my main goal last year, even though I wasn't playing, like I saw how much they were losing. Like
Right.
I don't want to be a losing team. Like my main goal is to do what it takes for us to win. And I'm not sure, we haven't started playing, so I'm not 100% sure what that looks like yet, but I know, I have an idea, but I'm really just to be a star in my role
Right.
and make sure I'm consistently, doing what I have to do to consistently be on the floor.
Yeah.
Uh, I want to have like, from a stat standpoint, I want to make sure I limit my turnovers, like a high assist to turnover ratio, at least like a 3 to 1
That's
will be
big.
good.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know how many shots I'll be taking, like really, to be honest. So, more of a percentage is what my goal is. I would say like at least like 38% from three and
Right.
like 45 from the field is like a good, or 50 from the field would be a good goal. Um, I feel like it's kind of, it'll be hard to do, but being like definitely all freshman team in the conference will be
Okay.
a goal of mine from a personal standpoint.
Right.
But yeah, but mainly taking care of the ball, doing what I need to do to stay on the floor and contribute to winning. That's just what my main goal is. I want to be a part of a winning team this year.
Mm.
I don't like I never really
Yeah,
been
you ain't never been
losing.
in a losing situation. Yeah.
Even I never was really like just on a losing team. I never been a part of that. So that's not something that I want to do. That's not something I really could take. Just the type of person I am. I'm really competitive, and just
Right.
losing like time after time. That's not something I want to put myself through. So
Right.
I want to be a star in my role, but at the same time, I hope that comes with the accolades, like putting in the work and doing the small things. Hopefully, that leads to being able to be like all freshman team and stuff like that.
Definitely. And yeah, man, that's really good. I think my last question to you would be just um, you want to hit your small goals first, always, always shoot
Yeah.
for the stars, but you want to definitely just achieve all your small goals. So, what do you have a plan, or is there anything that you want to do in your future, whether it comes to just school life or just basketball in general? with just these
I'll say
expectations?
like well, since like I'm a very, faith led, and God is my relationship with God is a big part of my life for me.
Right,
I say like if it's any ultimate goal for me to have, is just for me to it's really whatever God's will is for me. I just want to fulfill that in my life and my purpose and whatever I do. And I feel like, when I'm doing something and it really like makes me happy and I really like feel content with it, you kind of know in your spirit whether you're doing, what God has for you or if you're going against that.
right,
And as long as I to feel like, be content, be able to be have peace with my decisions and what I'm doing in life, I feel like, I'm on the right path, and
right,
wherever that leads me, I'm okay with that. Obviously, my main goal in life, like without that's my main goal. But like what you hope for in life is like, basketball wise or not, to be able to do something you love and make a lot of money doing it. So
right.
that's
Yeah,
like, at the end of the day, relationship with God comes first, but you also want to be able to provide for, as a man, eventually you're gonna have a family, you want to be able to provide and be, more than financially stable.
right,
So hopefully that right now, basketball is what I love to do, and that's what makes me happy. And I hope that that takes me as far as possible. Obviously being a professional is like the goal of mine, of
right,
course, but the main goal is to glorify God through what I'm doing, and hopefully to be able to make a lot of money being paid doing something that I love or enjoy. So
right. I'm proud of you, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm proud of you, man.
probably came
uh,
a long way.
came a long way, man. For real, a long time coming.
Yeah,
uh, but yeah, man. I appreciate your time. Um, I know you're gonna do big things, man. You know I believe in you, and I know the things. I know you're gonna do the right things, and I know that I don't really. You one of my friends where I don't have to worry about because I know you're gonna make the right decisions. You ain't like you ain't never made no bad decisions, but
yeah, I made. Even since I came to college, I feel like I made more bad decisions, but
I
I
know,
feel like God
you
will
know,
always be with
but
me.
it's okay because you live and you learn, man.
Yeah,
God, God got you, man. Yeah. I'll always be here for you. Good or bad terms, I'm always be here for you. So I got you. So, but I'm really proud of you, man. I see your growth definitely, for real. So,
I appreciate you, man. I mean, our relationship. Like we don't even have to talk every day, but I know, you got things taken care of. I know you
exactly,
want, and
exactly.
I'm here.
I
Need
don't
me, and
gotta talk. I don't gotta talk to you every day, but we still close, just as close
yeah,
as we was in high school. Same thing. So, but yeah,
yeah,
man. I'm definitely gonna check in with you later. I appreciate your time, man. For real. Um, thank y'all for tuning in. This is Nicholas Reece, um, with Lamar University men's basketball player Brian Gordon. Um, and y'all tune in next time. Appreciate you.
appreciate
B.
it.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day.